Hey everybody, welcome to the R Show. Our guest tonight, CSA Pickers, is running a little late, so I just wanted to start this on time. So when she gets on, we'll be getting to her questions. I want to thank everybody for showing up, and I'm not worried. If you're not worried about the 5 negatives, don't worry about it. Doesn't bother me. It's active
Just
activity.
likes.
Yeah, I'd rather have more likes than
Yeah.
dislikes, but activity is activity. So I'm not gonna stress over it, and I hope you don't either. And as you all know, I am Walking Picker, aka Chris. We are going to be talking about canning or dumpster diving and couponing. Well, I knew that was going to happen. Well, I was waiting for it too. So as I was saying, we're going to be talking about dumpster diving and couponing for resale when she arrives. We will try covering that a little bit with your questions or whatever now. And with me, as usual, is Kutos.
What's up? I am Cool Toads. I have a channel here on YouTube and a Facebook page called Cool Toads Pad. You can find me on there as well as my personal page. Um, yeah, I actually have a kind of a vlog slash sort of in the field kind of haul video at the end thing uploading right now, but it's taking forever to go into Dropbox uploading into my computer, so it should be up by tomorrow, I would say. But yeah.
And as most of you know, and if you're new to the show, this is a weekly show. Next week we will be having Eric from Tinker's Row Relics or Tinker's Row Retail, whatever one you want to use that week, on for about Militaria. And I do have a couple of pans in the fire for in the future shows, including a couple of return guests. So if you have any topics that you'd like us to cover, please let us know. You know how to get a hold of us in the Seller Society, on my Walking Picker page, or on the National Resellers Advice for eBay, Amazon. So while we start with about the topic until she gets here, then we can go into that. Sean, how does that sound?
Do what? Go on the topic?
Go into what we know about the topic if we do it
Oh,
or anything like that until she
okay.
gets here. Because she is
Cool.
running late. The reason she's running late is she watched the Indy 500, and I'm assuming she might have hit some snow on the way through from the Carolina. So we're gonna give her
Yeah,
some
she
time to
was in
get here.
North Carolina or South Carolina. I think South Carolina, and then they were driving home. So, yeah.
All right. Well, so what do you know about dumpster diving, Sean?
Well, I'm too short for it. That's one thing I know. Yeah, I've done it a few times, and was ill prepared. Uh, but it was all right. I don't know. It's I don't know. It was fun, but it's not something I'd want to always do all the time. But then again, I didn't find much the few times I've gone out, so that could be part of it. I mean, if I'm going out finding some of these things like CSA Pickers finds and Trinket Goblin finds, and some of the other people, John Picker, of course. That might be much more fun. Um, but yeah, I mean, you definitely want to be prepared. You know, going out there and get the right tools, a good flashlight, gloves for sure. I mean, the first one I put my hand into, I cut my finger on a broken picture frame.
Oh boy.
Luckily, it wasn't too bad, but it could have been worse. Um, and you want one of those chin things, those arm things, and you reach in and you click it, claw things or whatever. Maybe some bags or something to put some stuff in. Um, yeah, my wife
And then in
was
your
not
case, you
happy
just step
with.
ladder.
Yeah, my case, a step ladder. Yeah, mostly to get out of. I could get in because they have the side things on them, but you know. But yeah.
Well, I
Um,
don't normally do the diving myself. Roxy does. She goes in, sees what we can get to use for our whatever for the business type of thing. Like I mentioned it before, the credit card or gift card box you see behind me, we turned around. She used it to prepare our shipping area, so it's not. So we made shelving in that way, so we didn't have to go out and get a new bookshelf or anything like that. We made it to fit what we needed. So, see anything in the comments?
yeah, hey, let me give some shout outs. Black Guy says Toad needs milk crates close by and a tetanus shot. Joseph Hare says. Justin Starcher was at least once here. He says, hey, peeps. Hello, peeps. Jenny Benny, hello. Ballin' on a budget, what's up? Welcome. Roxy Jerome, she hasn't been in here very much. No, I'm just kidding. Alberto, I was trying to be funny and it came out really
I
stupid.
know. Well,
But
she's got here every
what's up,
week.
Alberto? Talk thrifty to me, Dusty, Alabama Pickers, what's up? Denver Flipper, you know what I'm gonna get? It's one of those romper room things. Hold in the front, be like, "Happy birthday," and let's see, Blue Skies, Bits and Bobbles, what's up? How's it going? The Gator Man Picker says, hello, fellow pickers. Joseph Hare, of course, I mentioned. What's up, man? Debbie, and you told me how to say it. That's right. Larry's Treasures, how's it going, brother? What's up, man? Uh, I'll wear my hair that you made me one of these times again. The 49ers are pissing me off, though. I don't really want to support them right now. um, let's see. Black Eye, as I mentioned. PA Picker Dave, what's up? How's it going? There's somebody else. There was somebody else in here somewhere. Debbie's gonna send me some hate mail.
Jenny Benny.
Yeah, I got her.
I thought I could.
And looks like I did so far. Yep. Um, Gatorman Picker says, who was it that found a cat in a dumpster? I don't remember that one.
Huh. Well, I could.
Black Guy. Black Guy says he could see me with strapping 2 milk crates on my feet. Make me taller. Dude, don't tempt me, man. Gatorman Picker says I should not be diving.
Well, I think it's saying that because you're a toad and toads don't drive.
Yeah.
They just hop in the water.
Yep.
Alright, well, have you ever done couponing? Now, go back to the question for the dumpster diving.
I have not. Yeah.
I did we do it from the store coupons. We don't go out looking for getting the Sunday paper doing it. We're not the extreme couponing people. That's what I was going to ask CSA when she shows up. If she's actually into the extreme couponing or does it lightly and stuff like that. There's a lot of different questions that can be asked about that.
Her videos, she gets some good stuff, a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the wife got jealous because she saw all the chocolate she got the last time. She's like, I want some.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Gatorman Pickers is someone on one of the shows said they found a dead cat in a box in a dumpster. I don't know who that was though. Yeah. I know there was there's a thing going around Facebook where somebody found some baby kittens in a box in a dumpster once, and they took them out and held them and everything. But yeah, I don't know who could do crap like that. Just toss away a living being like that.
I don't
That's
know.
just yeah. But on to happier notes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Need more water.
Okay, this is a basic question that we've discussed it before on the show, and other shows have covered it. is dumpster diving really legal or illegal? Because supposedly it's illegal federally, but it depends on the state and town if you're able to actually do it.
Um, well, pretty much like in my city, my area, I believe it's the whole county. It's illegal. However, I think nationwide, technically, it's not. I don't know if there's no law against it, but it is based on cities and then jurisdictions and stuff like that. Um, Mine is they really don't enforce it, I don't think, but they do kick you out, if you're in there. I don't push my luck. There is a 4-year university close by that I always want to go to, but those cops are dicks, and well, I shouldn't say it like that. If you're doing something wrong, they are very forceful and they don't take no shit off of nobody. Put it that way. But if you're okay, you're asking for directions, they're awesome dudes. I'm sure they're awesome dudes in real life, but they are very serious about their jobs. There we go. Yeah. But yeah. Do you know if it's legal where you are? Or?
I don't know. I I haven't really checked into it because we don't have a car to go elsewhere, so we just hit Safeway,
Mm-hmm.
which is mostly food, unless they put a couple of their old stuff that they tried doing the 50% off and nobody bought type of thing. But even then, they had stickers on the garbage thing saying you're on videotape. Yeah, they had it locked and then they unlocked it, so it's kind of hard to say. We haven't gotten in trouble, and if they had it taped, they would see us at least bending in and everything else. So, and since they know who we are,
Yeah.
but nobody said
It,
anything to us yet. So,
Gatorman Picker said perfect right there. He says, you need to know all laws, federal, state, city, and county. Many consider it trespassing, which is a very good point, based on, simple trespassing. I mean, that alone can get you in some pretty good hot water. So, yeah, especially if they're locked and stuff, you obviously don't want to cut them open or, I'm sure that would be a law in itself. They have, especially California, they have a freaking law and laws, man. I don't know. But
yeah,
who knows?
that's what I'm kind of worried about. Is sometimes when she says that she's gonna go, it's like, do we want to put? I haven't seen any cops go by in the back, but I don't know how often they're gonna say, well, we know who they are. So, but
Yeah, I think most of them would use their common sense. They would see you guys and you say, "Oh yeah, we're dumpster diving," and they'll be like, "Oh well, you can't do that. Have a good day." But if somebody was back there and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what I was doing back here, and I'm too stupid to come up with an excuse," then they're gonna give them a hassle. So
yeah, that's why. Whenever she says she's gonna go check, she usually goes for the food more than anything else. Because sometimes they don't even put it in the dumpster; they put it against the wall. So it's like it's there for everybody to take anyway if they're putting it in the wall.
mm, there you go. Yeah. So they kind of saying, "Yeah, here it is. Come get it." Yeah. Cool. Oh, Mr. Sadie123 is in the house, and so is Matt Holland Hobbies. Congrats again, man, on 1,000 subscribers. And Lisa Triplet just came in.
Okay,
They're also talking about thrift store loyalty cards. Yeah, you just read that, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a question of anybody using loyalty cards. I don't have a loyalty card because I don't go enough. I'll be honest. I'm lucky if I go. Well, I go more than the summertime, of course, but that's because I'm able to go to garage sales and make more sales. But
And it's easier to travel, except to eat. But
yeah, well, I haven't gone to the last time I went to any thrift store around here, even to ones that we like. Was everybody's gonna look at me and be like, "Are you giving this show on this stuff?" It's like 6 months since I've actually gone out and gotten stuff. So, but like I always say, I have so much here. I made sales, which I did a post in the society about, and I said if I get an update The Brita I did on the show here, I sold it for a whole $13. So not counting the tax, I broke even from when the wife bought it. So considering that's what it was basically going for, depending on how you listed it on eBay, I didn't have to worry about paying fees or shipping it. So I'm happy breaking even because we bought some jewelry off eBay cheap enough that I turned around and listed one on Facebook and it sold for $9.50. And we paid under $2 for it, so we made up the money that we lost on the Brita in a roundabout way. The way I look at it. So
Cool. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, that's another thing. I have a question I was going to ask CSA. Does the weather stop her from going out? And I remember her saying that when it was 30 degrees, she was going out after one of your shows or something like that. She's like, okay, time for me to go
Yeah,
tanning.
she went out last night or the night before. I'd have to look at my messages. I think they went out last night even. So yeah, they go all the time. There was one time Trinket Goblin went out. I guess they had a huge power outage, and it had been out for a little while. But the store threw everything away into their dumpster. But it was majorly freezing, so everything stayed frozen. And he brought probably 15 bags of stuff home of just everything. I mean, hams and cheese and all kinds of lunch meats. And dude, it was amazing, man. Milk and just, he said he gave it to other people and, shared the wealth. But yeah, it was pretty awesome.
I saw a question from Jenny Benny, and I figured I would answer this because CSA is not here, so I'm willing to take other questions to help, or answer things that people
Yeah.
are wondering about me and whatnot. Jenny, I actually source all different ways like everybody else. I just do it within what I can with my money. For example, I during the summer, Scott can attest to this, and if you watch the older shows that we when we started, I've gone out and walked around, hence my name, for 4 hours to yard sales with only $20 to my name. And I'll tell Sean I bought 6, 7 things and spent only five of it. And then there'll be days I don't go out and then I'll go to the thrift stores. It depends on what I have and what I need to list. I notice a lot more than I need to list. I'm like everybody else. I got too much. I shouldn't be going out. We should be listing, but we do what we can. And sometimes, like everybody else, we need to get out and just get something. It doesn't mean we're getting it for selling, but a lot of times I look for selling before I look for the house.
Well, uh, where'd I go? Oh, Kathleen Brown is in the house now. Welcome. Um, Oh, she says, drive ahead of the garbage or the truck on garbage day. Folks lean bigger stuff against their cars. See, they can't do that here. Uh, and that sucks because otherwise I'd be doing that all over the place. But in my city, they get all anal about it, or my county, actually. Um, Drew, California Picker, is in the house. Go check out his channel. He's got a lot of awesome stuff. California Picking. And actually, anytime in the chat, you can just hover your cursor over their name for a minute, and it'll pop up with their channel, and you can click subscribe from there, so you don't have to physically go to their channel if they're in the chat. That kind of helps too.
And so Alabama Dusty's made a good suggestion, depending on what your laws and rules are, or whatever. Even though it's out in the public, you don't always have to dumpster dive. You can go on whatever nights you're gonna be your garbage men are coming around to get your garbage. Go out an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however long you think it's gonna take you to your neighbors and see what they put out.
Mm-hmm.
It's out in public. It's not. They can't really yell at you once it's on the side of the road because it's no longer there in their house or in their property. So that's another place you might find something good.
Yep. That's what Mom the eBayer does. She goes down alleyways and looks into people's garbage cans and stuff, and yeah, she finds great stuff too. But
And we could ask Drew to come on here. We didn't even think about that. besides
Oh,
CSA,
that's true, huh?
since he always finds
Yeah.
all his vintage things to sell on in the antique shows
Yeah.
or
Well, I was
booths.
just happened to be talking to her. I was like, and you're like, dude, we need somebody. I'm like, okay, here, I'll ask her.
Well, we didn't really. I'll be honest, we didn't know what we were going to come up with for this week's show, and it just came out of
Yeah.
thin air on Thursday. So it's a last minute pull together. So that's why I said I do
Yeah.
have flyers in the hands in the fire for the next couple of weeks. So just waiting for confirmation. Any other questions or comments in the? Yep. But we haven't
Yeah.
talk about the free section of Craigslist.
That's what somebody mentioned earlier too, like the free curb alert stuff. You can get a lot of stuff free, and sometimes who said who brought it up? I forget who brought it. I think it was Glendon Cameron. Kind of brought it up too. The last time I remember is if you're at the end of the day or something, and you're at a somebody yard sale, especially if it's hot that day, and it's just been dragging on. Tell them, hey, if you want, I'll take all your stuff for you, take it away. Of course, you got to ask them, what are you going to do with all the stuff afterwards? A lot of them be like, oh, just donate it or whatever. You say, well, I'll come and get it all for you, but make sure you do, go and get all that stuff but I mean, that's another way to do it. That way you don't have to, compete with anybody. So the Dino dump, what's up, man? At least Split says Drew is the king of dumpster.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I have another question here that I had for her. Well, let's just go through my questions until she gets here. I go re-ask them for her if and when she gets here. There are certain times to go, which we kind of answered with Dusty's question about the local, like to your neighbors. But I mean, depending on what time your garbage men are coming at your regular dumpsters. Like every Saturday or every other day, it seems like the garbage men are coming through here for Safeway garbage. So we've actually heard people slamming things down and stuff like that because we can never tell if they're workers or not unless we actually try peeking out to see who's making all the noise at 10 o'clock at night. So, and at what time they show up, just don't go too early and don't go too late. You don't want to risk your life by diving in and also have the dumpster truck showing up half hour later when you're still digging,
Yeah.
depending on how deep it is.
And don't dig in the ghetto because you might get shot.
And you gotta be careful because I was also informed by the wife when we were researching this that some of the areas now, if they're big enough, they have compactors instead of actual dumpsters. So I don't know if you can actually save anything from going into the compactor.
Yeah, you can't go in there.
No,
You
can't get
risk,
into those.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to risk putting yourself in there, even if you see something good going in and they don't want to hand it to you beforehand.
Yeah. Angie Martin just came in. Welcome, Angie. I kind of asked her if she should be on, or kind of hinted that she should be on one of the shows. She said she would be too nervous, but maybe I'll get her on one of the shows one of these times, or maybe we could do a private interview or something. Alabama Picker says, and if someone is cleaning out a garage and hauling stuff to the curb or trash pickup, offer to help them and get instant access to their garage. And they'll give you lots of stuff for helping. See, I've made that suggestion a couple of times when showing up to somebody's garage sale and they're still setting up. Help them with a couple things. Don't go crazy, of course. But I mean, one time I helped this lady take 2 boxes out, and then I was, I'll take them out for you. I'll look through them when I set them up over here. And she goes, okay. So I looked through them and everything. I ended up getting like 3 boxes of stuff for free from her in like a half an hour, and it was a lot of good stuff that, I wouldn't sell anymore, glass, but at that time. But there was a lot of other stuff she had that I probably could have gotten if I was into it. But
yeah, same thing happened to me last year. I don't remember if I told you this or if you remember it. There was one person I think their yard sale was supposed to start at like 7:30 or something like that. We showed up, both of us, like 15 minutes early, and she's like, "Oh, we're not ready yet." And they had a whole trailer full of stuff that they were pulling
Mm,
out of. I'm like, "You need help?" Like, you don't mind? I'm like, "Well, we have other places to go, but it's all right. You're our first stop, so why not?" I sat there for almost an hour helping them just pull boxes out and put them on certain tables. And
mm,
then while I was doing that, she was going through picking what she wanted to see, and I started spotting stuff. And she's like, "How much is this? How much is this?" "Oh, just put it in a pile over by the doorway." So we went
mm,
to leave and pay for it. She's like, "That's all yours for free." So we turned, and it's like, "All right, thanks." We put it in our bag. We actually walked back to the house instead of taking the bus because it was
mm,
a 20. Well, for Roxy, it was about a 20-minute walk. For me, it's about 10.
mm,
But and we took the bus back out to all the other ones that we had on our little list. After the fact, about noon time. Now you know me, Sean. I usually get out and done by like within 4 hours myself.
mm,
Well, after the fact, I went back again, and they were still kind of setting up other things, but they weren't. They were also taking it down. So I went back through and found more stuff that I wanted. I went to go pay again. "Oh, that's yours for free." So
mm,
we ended, and they didn't sell the one thing that we were really interested in. I was trying to see if maybe I didn't want to just jump on it while I was doing all the helping and everything and make them think I was taking advantage of it. So when I went to and I took it, it was a leg. I can't even think of what leapfrog with books type of thing. We still haven't even listed it because we haven't been able to test it. But there was like 2 or 3 machines with the books, and we ended up having to pay full price for them. But after all what I've done for them, I'm not going to complain when I got all the other stuff free. And then when we went after we paid, I was like, "You ready to walk?" The woman was like, "You want a ride home? I'll give you a ride home." So you never know what you might get. Maybe someone nice enough to say, if you're taking it with you and you may not have all the room in your vehicle, maybe they'll fill up their vehicle and help you out. And you're helping them
mm.
out by taking it from them. I don't know if that made any sense, but
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, people pretty happy, to get that help. Especially if the last minute they're rushing around it all.
yeah, there was actually 3 people doing the same yard sale, and some were pulling up while I was helping her, the original. And I started going in, and they were like, "Can you help me with my car?" And I started pointing out their car.
Yeah, that's a little crazy. I don't know if I'd go that far. I probably would because I have
Well,
trouble saying
it was
no.
still
So.
early. It was still nobody. It was still like other people. Once more people started showing up, I stopped helping more or less because I didn't want to get confused with have somebody come up to me saying, "Is this yours or whatnot?" And I didn't want to be trying to answer questions that I can't answer because it's not my stuff.
That's true. Uh, that's true. You're selling $20 for each item. Cool. Now they're talking about being
Movies.
younger than Chad and when they graduated.
Oh, let's put it this way. I was graduated in '93, so
That's when my wife graduated. I graduated in '90, the same age as Dusty. I'm talking about Men at Work,
yeah, that's what they're talking about
Tough to
movies.
a Carousel. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I mean,
Okay,
what other questions you
John,
got?
what would you advise people to stay away from in a dumpster?
I'll stay away from.
Like we already covered bad weather. It's not necessarily that somebody won't go in the bad weather because if they're gonna go, they're gonna
Yeah.
go.
Uh, you can kind of usually see like trash, like from an office. The coffee cups in there and food and stuff. I mean, sometimes there'll probably be some stuff in there, I guess, if you had gloves on or something. But if you don't have gloves, you probably want to stay out of that. But Oh, it just depends on what they have in there. I mean, I found a cool, little like 2.5 gallon fish tank. It actually has a little crack on one side, but I'm gonna turn it into like a terrarium. Be kind of cool. Um, a lot of times there's smart, no, not Smart and Final. Bed Bath and Beyond will throw Keurigs away, but they clip the um, cord, but you can replace that pretty easy. Jeff Davids is in the house. A bunch of kids in the chat. But yes, broken glass for sure. Of course, you got to be careful. Hypo needles. Yep. That's why you stay out of the. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. You stay out of the ghetto, but it could be anywhere. But yes, you see,
Okay.
CSA is online, but she's on. But
Huh.
let me send her a message and see maybe she's having trouble with the computer.
Yeah, I was just about to text something to you in our chat, but my other question, the last question I would have for dumpster diving for her would have been again about the weather. Is it is it a good time to go, or is it really a bad
Uh,
time?
Good time or a bad time?
Yeah,
Well, I
well,
guess it would. Obviously not when the day after the garbage been picked up, but uh,
oh, like with the
you know,
weather, people might not want to go in a snowstorm, but they might go in a rainstorm because
yeah,
for whatever reason it's not as cold. It's not, but yet in a rainstorm you got to worry about boxes falling apart and.
true. I know the Florida Picking Queen. She was going at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Around here, we have to go, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, or even maybe a little later. Um, yeah, I guess it would just depend. Jeff Jones, Chad Peggle's adult diapers.
Oh boy.
Now they're getting all crazy. Medical
And
centers don't. We don't want to dumpster diving.
I'm gonna say that it's kind of. I'm not saying it in a way to like what's the word, scold anybody. It's just it's kind of odd that he always gets shit on. I'm saying that word when he's not even in the chat to defend himself. Like I know he likes it. Like, he has big shoulders, as he always says. It doesn't bother him. It kind of bothers me in a way because of my. I guess it's because of my growing up, what I've gone through. Just seeing somebody
No,
else
it
going.
it gets old. It bothers him. He can only laugh so much, so long. You know. I mean, it definitely it would bother anybody eventually. But yeah, I get your point though. Definitely, I agree.
So, well, that well, we can switch to the couponing topic for a little bit if you want, while we're waiting for a response from
Okay.
CSA. Huh?
Oh, there you go. She's seen one of them, so she might be on her way.
Okay. Well, besides, we already know you can get the coupons from Sunday night newspapers and the stores themselves when you go shopping. But where else would you be able to get some coupons? I know there's some on some sites for it. I can't remember them all because
Yeah,
we had it on our
there's a
other older
lot.
computer.
Yeah. Another good person to check out as her blog is CN Save also. She does pretty good with she gives a lot of coupons and stuff like that. She's got a lot of different stuff with that as well. Um, but you also can get them in the mail. Mine come every Tuesday or Wednesday. I get a thing of them, a little packet, extra packet thing of different coupons and stuff, different store ads and stuff. Um, Other people get different stores too. Like my parents get Walmart, but I don't get Walmart. That kind of thing. I don't really want Walmart because I hate Walmart. But the point is, some get certain ones and some don't. Um, of course, like we said, the sites, couponing. I'm sure it's coupon.com or all of those kind of stuff. The store sites themselves, Target.com has Cartwheel and some other stuff. And if you do it right, that's where CSA does it well. I'm not sure if CSA does it, or I haven't heard her talk about it. But if you use their Target's cartwheel and manufacturers coupons and Target sale prices, they could practically pay you to take the stuff out of their store. It's pretty awesome.
That's
Yeah,
how I
it's
wonder if CSA actually got into the extreme couponing
yeah,
and how she stored everything if she did. Because I mean, compared between the dumpster diving and the couponing, you need a lot of room to store stuff.
yeah. CSA is having computer issues now. But yeah, definitely. You see that they have a extreme couponing on TV. They have a TV show, and this person like, oh, I can buy 40 of this Mylanta for whatever, 19 cents each. I'm like, well, what if you don't need 40 Mylanta? What if you don't need any Mylanta? Why would you want to buy it just because it's a deal? I I don't know.
Well, there's some people that actually do that, like on the Facebook groups. That's part of why I wanted to cover this, is because some people do the couponing to resell on Facebook groups and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Or in some
yeah,
cases, like with the screen couponing, I would rather have them donate the stuff that they don't, maybe not all the stuff that they don't need, but a good amount of it can go to food banks. They can go to homeless shelters and stuff like that that people can use and need on a regular basis. So,
make Mylanta soup. Oh, good point. Chris Maynard says FBA it. Didn't even think of that. See that was yeah, that was definitely, that's brilliant.
well, that's another thing I was
Of
going to wonder
course,
about. What
back
about
when I
on,
watched when I watched that episode, there was nothing mentioned about FBA ever. That was like 3 years ago. But now that you say that, Angie Martin also mentioned Tina Lambert also does the coupons and deals and stuff. She's with Pickers University on Facebook, so definitely look her up.
yeah, she's also got that name for her YouTube channel. We should invite her on
Okay, yeah,
sometime.
that's right. Yeah, definitely. She's cool.
And that's what I was going to say. How many people actually do the couponing and actually say they don't want to do FBA or can't for whatever reason? How many of them actually try selling this stuff back on eBay and actually making money that way
Yeah.
too?
See, now my area, we don't have where you can double, triple, and all that stuff on coupons, and so that kind of sucks here. But like there's a lot of other places in the Midwest and back east where you can triple a coupon and end up paying 20 cents for a Mylanta or something.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't really
But
gotten into the coupons. We tried doing the store coupons through the Safeway and all that. But even sometimes they don't even update all that on our card when we do it before we even leave. It's like, well, we do it a day before, and it's still like, wait, we were supposed to get this discount. We're supposed to get this discount. Where is the discounts?
mm,
So sometimes you gotta double check your cards too if you're gonna do it that way.
Safeway is good with that for that. And they're, well, at least one of them here. Their card, you got to make sure that it's on there if you're doing it through online, and you got to check your receipt. And my dad was always so on that, and I swear to 3 out of 4 times he would check his receipt, there'd be something wrong with it. He'd be overcharged $1 or $2 or something. So
Yeah, that's why I've done it. Like, well, you're getting a this guy. I'm like, that's the idea. Why am I getting charged extra when I'm getting a discount anyway?
yeah,
But they're nice here for
be
that.
right back.
Okay. Let's see what's going on in the comments while Sean disappears for a second. See, Jeff Jones says, wife used to get a grand worth of stuff for less than $100. Sometimes a grand for $20, but they stopped doubling and limiting one of like coupon per item in the same aisle. So yeah, that's one of the things I was worried about, how many people get away with it. Let's see. Jenny Benny says she's pretty good with coupons. Jeff says he uses coupons for packing materials. Jeff Davison, I should say. And we have two Jeffs in the house.
And I'm back.
And Tina says coupons do make great packing material. Laugh out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. I packed uh, some in the bags, plastic bags. Use it for filler in my FBA boxes. But now I grab some big all those free newspapers. Grab a big stack of those. Use those.
Sorry, Bone. We don't tell jokes on this show. We have to try to stay on topic more or less.
Yeah, it's not a toad cast.
Yeah, it's not a joke cast. It's not a toad cast.
See, Jeff Jones says wife used. Did you
Yeah,
read
I
that
read
at
it
all?
when you were
Or
gone.
okay, I kind of figured that's why I stopped. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, and
See,
I read Jeff Davidson's as well, and that's why I said we had two Jeffs in the house. That's more
yeah,
just.
like go Jeff. now he's Littlest Pet Shop Jeff.
Well, we get called Little Toy Jeff. He gets little. Legos, you know.
Yeah. Yep, Littlest Pet Shop Jeff now. LPS.
Okay,
Let's see.
well, this you might not be able to answer this question, but it would be one good for CSA or CNC or somebody that's known for it. Is it easy how to teach someone how to do couponing, and how many steps are there? You know, it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what you gotta do and where.
One of us froze. I have no idea what you were saying.
I was talking about the how to ask somebody like that's a pro at doing it. How do they go about it? Like teach somebody else how to do it where they can learn it right. Like we're always trying to teach how to do reselling in general, whereas couponing is a lot more to it. As you say, with the extreme couponing, they have to cut down all these coupons, make sure they got the right amount for the right person. There's a lot of work to it. So I didn't know if it was easy to teach or worth teaching. See something in the comments?
Yep,
You gonna read
but
it?
no, I'm not
Okay.
gonna read that one. Chad, what's up, man? His ears are burning. Someone's talking about him.
I'm sure somebody
Yep,
tagged him in the one of the posts about it.
it was probably
Hey,
Dusty.
Chad.
Dusty called him and said, "Dude, they're talking about you."
You know, everybody said Chris is defending you.
Hey, I was defending him too.
I know, but you know, I was only born that way. We all know.
um,
You and Chad are you and Chad are more tighter than me and Chad, but I'm tight with you. So I
uh,
defend my friends.
Jeff says,
Okay.
"Okay, Chad's here now to defend himself. Talk shit."
See, you see what Alabama Pegasus said, right?
What's that?
You see what
Oh, what
Alabama
he said?
Pegasus
Yeah,
said, right? About
yeah.
trying to figure out what kid's going to take out his garbage so he doesn't break his other ankle. Let's see. Any other questions? Since CSA is having problems, so I'm sorry to say she's not going to be here. So if any other questions or comments are in the chat, please get them out. Maybe we can help you. If you have other comments or questions on other topics, we'll try covering them now while we can. I do have other questions, but they're more or less for about things that most of us already know, or not, like what the best platforms. We already covered it: eBay, Facebook groups, and Amazon if you know how to do FBA. And you got to figure out which stores keep doubling and everything else. That's what I was saying earlier. It's kind of hard to keep straight. How are you going to teach somebody to remember what stores double every coupon and which ones don't? What are your thoughts, Sean? Since you're quiet over there again.
About doubling a lot?
Yeah.
You
But
know, I missed it because I was reading. I was actually looking to see if CSA um,
got a computer
sent me a
fix.
message or not and stuff like that. Yeah. So kind of
Well,
explain a little bit what you were saying about the.
I was saying about how to keep straight what stores do the doubling and what ones say no more doubling, no tripling. Isn't it kind of hard to
Oh
keep
yeah.
track of?
Yeah, that's just all an organization. I know a lot of couponers have like binders and stuff. I know CN Save has one of those accordion file things where she keeps stuff, and Jeff, um, just yeah. I mean, you just got to keep track of everything. Anything that changes or anything that keeping all your coupons. I've seen people with huge. Just there's a couple of times I've gone into stores even here, and they've had like their what are those things called? Well, I guess it's like a coupon thing. It's a little tiny accordion file, and yeah. Oh man, binders full of women. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was horrible. That was so bad. But yeah, but yeah. I mean, it's an organization which I lack. So
Yeah, I see that Jenny Betty says Coupon Mom is a good.com is a good place to learn about couponing.
mm. She says it gives you a complete breakdown on how to use them stores, which stores, the sales paper the coupon is in, things like that. So yeah, they that definitely. I mean, there's a lot of good people out there doing stuff. I know CSA has a Facebook Facebook page as well, uh, and she does a lot of stuff. Let me get the name of that. Couponing Sanja. I don't think that's the Facebook page though.
Yeah, I can ask her also. I mean, if she has ever made a costly mistake trying to when doing her couponing. I think she
Mm.
had enough, and then all of a sudden get to the register and ask her it's all over. Realize she had to pay like $100 more than what she thought, or exactly that's
Yeah, I
her and
probably.
the worker because if she says I can't get that many of that, then they'd have to take all those things off the receipt, which makes it harder on the worker plus her.
Hmm. Yeah, I bet that's happened, especially at the beginning. Uh, Here's one that's called couponing on a dime. That's a different one though.
And I was going to ask her how
What
she
is a
stores
strike?
stuff.
So I'm looking for her page. I don't know why I don't remember it offhand.
Okay, Sean, Jenny really wants to know what the CSA stand for. Even I never.
That's her son's name, which is Chris, or hey, or
Or
is
is
that
it
her
all?
husband's name?
Yeah, I was gonna say is
It
it?
was her husband's name, her name, and her son's name. So yeah, I guess she's still having trouble.
Okay.
That's too
Well,
bad.
we're trying to stay on for and cover the topic. Treasure Pound Shop says crazycouponlady.com is another good site to learn.
Mm, cool.
And Chad says that Kim and Katie are really excited about going dumpster diving this summer. Hey, Chad, you're going to get more video of it then, or find somebody that's willing to sit and watch while you sit back and drink like you and Dusty did last time. And I say that all
Chad gets
lovingly.
nervous doing it.
Well, as I can say, that's why I say that joke. But he knows I'm just joking around with him. And there she is. Hi, Sonia.
Woohoo! What's up, Sanja?
Sanja. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear us?
Oh, can we hear her?
Uh,
Hello?
I don't know if she can hear
I
us.
can hear her. can hear background of hers. Can you hear us, Sanja? Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
I'm starting. I can hear y'all now. I'm just trying to get my
there we
settings
go.
right.
All right. Cool.
Well,
You look like you're ready to throw that computer out the door.
well, we tried covering some of the topic while you were gone. I don't know how much you heard of it. But I wanted to ask you to give a little bit about yourself to the viewers first so they can get to know you better.
She's gonna get her computer set first.
Okay. Well, let's see. What can we do while she's trying to do that, Sean?
You come up with something.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. The last question I would have had then, if there's actually certain coupons that are automatically not used. Oh, they're both gone. Okay, let's see what's going on in the comments. And Chad says yes, there will be video. Let's see.
All right, sorry. Throat was getting
Okay,
super dry.
Alabama Poker Ticker said a friend of mine used to dumpster dive Granger and would make bank. So
Granger has some good stuff.
And Rollins still wants a joke. Sorry, this is not joke time. And yes, I don't know if you heard, Chad said there will be video of them dumpster diving.
Cool. Let's see.
Well, that's we're gonna give her time, so I'm trying to see what else. Any questions or comments? Any questions? Please get them in, and we'll pass them on if we're able to. If not, we'll try to answer them ourselves. Okay.
That comment I just put up.
I know. I just.
I know.
Well, while she's still trying, Sean, you think there's
Cool.
one sure method that people can use for couponing?
Sure method as far as getting the coupons, or or doing it in general, or
I guess it's a method, like you said, people have it in a binder.
Oh, I see. Yeah, honestly, I think it takes somebody super detail oriented. I don't know if that's analytical or not. Somebody who's willing to, especially if you have to cut out the coupons and stuff like that. Somebody who's willing to organize it all. Have it ready when they go out to the store, ready to lay those coupons down, and buy the stuff, and haul it all home. Yeah, it just, yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't know if there's one specific method. I guess it would depend. It's like all of our businesses, it just depends on what works for each person. So.
Okay. She's having problems hearing us for right now. She said her kids are saying it's due to the weather that we sound garbled. So, you hear us better now? Almost sound like a Verizon show, a commercial. Can you hear me now?
Angie Martin was wondering what the best thing anyone recovered out while dumpster diving. I know Mom the eBayer has found several, or at least a couple of iMacs iPods, iPhones. I mean, she's found um, gold, sterling silver, diamonds, all kinds of stuff. She, at least when I watched her a long time ago, she would pass by old furniture that was just amazing, but she had a little car, so she couldn't haul it anywhere. Um, I mean, I remember this one, um, like dresser, where back in like I don't know whatever the 20s or something, they would sit there and they'd have their little sets of stuff, powder jars and all that stuff out, and they would the big mirror and all that. Gorgeous piece of furniture and out there to go to the trash. I hope somebody took it. It was, yeah, it looked like it was in perfect shape. It was amazing.
The wife said the best thing she's found is chocolate.
Oh, Debbie, good point. Yeah. Well, Jeff Jones, who he says couponing is a full-time job if you're addicted. That's true. Debbie says know the rules for using your coupons in your stores. So you can use the coupon with a manufacturing coupon, things like that. Especially like I mentioned with Target and their cartwheel offer thing. It's kind of their little club card sort of thing. That's you. I think it's all online though. But yeah. Oh, and then sometimes if you use your credit card at Target, on top of all that, you get extra, 5% off or some craziness like that. It's amazing what you can do there.
Yeah, like I said, we better really do any coupon. We want to get into it, but I'm also worried that we may get too much stuff, and then where am I going to store it in my own house? I'm already getting overflowed with stuff from last year. And
well, I don't know if that one room was listed, you wouldn't have much of a problem.
I keep telling her that, but that's the thing. We keep getting all the new good stuff, and then we keep, but all of our, as we keep saying on other shows and here, our own medical issues and whatnot are get also in the way too. It's not always just not wanting to.
Yeah, you know me. I just give you shit.
I know. But for people that are maybe watching for the first time, they may not know that we knew.
True. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like they don't want to or they don't. Yeah, it's they have limits. I keep saying I'm going to come out there and well, I haven't said it in a while, but come out there and
listen,
get it all done before. But
you're going to see Cat in what month?
It's supposed to be July, but yeah, I don't know because we're also renewing our vow stuff, so I don't know if we're going to have the money for that.
Okay, I was going to jokingly say, well, you can stop here on the way through or on the way back.
Yeah, I'll parachute out the plane. Tell me when we're over Colorado, thanks.
Well, I did invite Dusty to come up too, but he said it's too cold. I said, it's not always this cold.
Yeah, go in the summer when it's 110.
Yeah, but even, like I said, we've had winters, and we've had this month where we hit 70 to almost 80s in February, in January, so it's not always cold. I wanted to go see if there was yard sales during the warmth, but no money, so did the opposite. Stayed home and tried to list what we could. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of stuff behind me that I got to list that we found stuff. Yeah, I got stuff ready to list up for summer. I already did some stuff for Mother's Day, so. Let's see. Andy's talking about a waterfall set from the 30s or 40s bedroom furniture that she has.
Yeah, that's probably what I saw in that video, Mom the eBay. I love that stuff, but yeah, there's no way I could be into that and buy it. So if I had like a house of my own and I could set it all up, my own room, I might do stuff like that. But
well, you had your own room until your wife kicked you out for making it her office.
Well, now I have the front room as mine, but there's some stuff in the way. I took all the couches out, but
Well,
we have the
if
cats.
you
They would
want to
come
cash
crawling
it
in and
out, how are you
everything.
going to get people to sit? People visit you to sit there.
Nobody visits me.
Well, they're going to be coming to visit you for your anniversary party.
Oh no, we're having that somewhere else. We're having that at a hall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I know I'm going to probably get an invite. Not that I'm maybe able to make it, but
Yep. We invited a lot of people actually that we know, aren't going to be able to be there, but we wanted them to know they were invited. So even though they're not likely going to be able to come, so
Dino Dump says he went. A blizzard hit Chicago 2 weeks ago. He went thrifting that morning. It was awesome. He was the only one in the store besides the employees.
wow.
And
There
Andy
you go.
wanted to know where your thing was going to be, but that's up to you if you want.
Where?
I'm assuming she's talking about your wedding
Oh,
thing.
where's your big rig? Oh, it's right over here.
Oh, I guess.
Oh.
Oh, she's talking about your 49ers.
Ah, shit. It was right over here. I think it just fell. Dang it. Yeah, my 49er big rig, it just fell. Dang it. Because remember I said organization is not existent? Yeah. It was over here. I have off to the side, I have a spot where my trolls and everything are, and my keepsakes, and that was where my big rig was, and it just fell down.
So, any other questions or comments about the topic while we're seeing if CSA can come back? She wanted to try a different computer. Yeah, and he says, truck! And she's telling you to forget it. He said, that's okay, forget it. Well, I see we got close to 30 viewers again tonight.
Cool.
So, please hit the like button. I don't normally ask, but and I'm not really that worried. Like I said at the beginning, there was 5
Well,
dislikes.
no,
So if there's more by now, oh well. It's going to happen
because
eventually.
I always ask. Hit the like button so they know. Because also when you hit the like button, it goes out to other people that are on their friends lists and that they're subscribed to too. So you can see what they're watching.
Twitter. I actually put this one out on Twitter this week. If it went through.
Cool.
And Google Plus, which is what I didn't do when we first started. So I'm slowly trying to figure out how to get more viewers and whatnot going on. Besides, trying to give good content.
Yeah. I think sometimes. Let me see. Wait.
Yep, see, Jeff, I'm going to blame you.
No.
You left the show, so now we're having problems again. If you notice what he said, Chad? Sean? You left for a minute and everything went downhill.
Yeah. Everything went downhill. No, not everything's not uploaded yet. Dang it. It's taking forever, man.
Jeff Jones, I would say no because, well, that's my opinion because a lot of people want the tarnished patina on it. It depends on how clean it is when you already got it. That's my opinion, though.
I think it depends on what it is. A lot of jewelry and stuff that like Angie would get, it probably would be better to clean, I think. But if it's like some silverware or, like you said, the patina on it of certain items, you want that, to look. You want that old look and stuff. But it all depends. I mean, see, I'm good at being political. I can play both sides there.
Well, that's why I said it was my opinion, so that way nobody can say you're wrong. And if it's
Sorry,
wrong, oh well.
My dog was down there. Yeah. Look, I have Puff the Magic Dragon. Woo! to show him off. I got him when my wife and I went to Disneyland one time.
So let's see.
Found a bunch of flatware for 25 cents each. Cool. All sterling silver? That would be amazing. Dang. Angie, you're making funny. She said, I like my silver shiny, but like Cool Toad says, some like it dirty.
I saw that. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else we can cover on this topic or any topic. We're not getting too many questions or anything like that. Like I said, next week we will have Eric on for military,
Cool.
so we'll hope we have. Now I'm gonna have it set up a little different for myself, so you won't see me looking down at the notes notebook with my questions. I'm gonna actually have it set up on my computer. I always attempt it that way, see what it looks like, how it works.
That's awesome, Jeff. Man, 25 cents each, and it's all sterling silver.
Wow.
Yeah, beats dragon. It's funny when people,
Oh,
the kids are saying, oh, hey, cool.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear y'all.
Y'all good?
Can you hear me?
Woohoo! Yep.
Wow, my little
Cool.
cheapy computer.
Now, bye. No, I'm just.
Well, first of all, thanks for being here. I know you took a while to get home from South Carolina, I guess.
Yes. I would have been here a lot sooner had the Indianapolis 500 not been on. Oh, I'm sorry. It was, okay, Daytona 500. You see how much I paid attention today?
Daytona.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were leaving about 3 o'clock, and I had gotten dressed and everything, about ready to go out, and then I got this big fuss about watching the race. So about the time I took a little nap, everybody wanted to wake me up. So.
Of course, yeah.
Well,
Cool.
for the people that don't know about you, can you let them know about yourself and any of your Facebook pages or stuff like that so they
Yes.
can follow you?
I couldn't remember for some reason your Facebook page. I don't know why, and I don't see it, so.
Well, I used to be CSA Pickers on Facebook, but if you've noticed lately, if you're a friend of mine, that I'm actually using my real name. Somebody turned me in for using my business name on a personal page, so Facebook made me change it. So now I own 2 personal accounts on Facebook. So if you look my name up, you'll see me twice. And you'll know it's me because both the pictures have red heads. But anyway, I am Sanja with CSA Pickers, and I'm also couponing Sanja on Facebook. You can find me there as well. I have a website or have a Facebook page called Couponing on a Dime. This is a page that I don't do very much with it like I'd really like to, but due to the fact that I've been trying to get my eBay business started for the past 6 months, I've kind of neglected it a little bit. I do try to stop in and leave a few deals on the page for my followers. I have about 100 on there now. My biggest page probably holds about 400, and it's under couponing, just the Couponing Sanja name. I kind of stopped with that and just opened up a group so people could invite their friends to that, and I wouldn't have to just friend everybody, because you really get some weirdo people on your regular page. But did you want me to go ahead and talk about any of the couponing stuff, or are you just gonna?
Well,
I don't know how in depth you want me to get here.
I had a few questions for you, so and we kind of tried covering them while you were trying to get in and on your computer. So if you don't mind, I'll ask you some of them to get your opinion on them.
Sure.
How have you ever run into with the dumpster dive? Have you run into any legal issues, and how did you know your rules? How can somebody look up their rules and whatnot for your area, if you know?
Okay. Well, I'm in Tennessee, but I dumpster dive all over the place. I have looked up the rules like in North Carolina, and I think it's a little bit harder in the state of North Carolina. I just come back from well, going back home. I call it back home because that's where I'm originally from in South Carolina. We've been several places. I've watched cops go by and cops not say a word. And this past weekend we were there. We happened to go by during the daytime. You'll see a lot of dumpster divers that will go in the daytime. We decided since we were in this one area that we would stop. And this is an area that we go to pretty often, but it was during the day, like I said. So we decided to stop in, and when we did, we just kind of pulled up by one of them and decided to back out and go to another dumpster. And when we did, a woman come out and told us it was private property. So we were like, okay, we were just looking for some boxes, and we left. But about the time we left, I got to tell y'all something really funny. When we went by, we went past a Target's, and we don't, I mean, the Target's is located right next to where we were looking. But the funny thing is, we left, and we were really getting out of Dodge because we didn't want the woman to call the cops. The Target, there was a guy bobbing his head up and down in one of those construction dumpsters. He had taken his truck. He had took his truck and he had backed into the Target, one of the Target loading docks, and it looked like the truck belonged to the store, but it didn't. He was in the construction dumpster and he kept throwing stuff from the dumpster into the back of his truck. And we started to stop and tell him that, you know, he needed to be careful because we felt sure the lady was going to call the cops, but we didn't. We just didn't, you know, interfere. And we left there. When you get into a predicament like that, and you get somebody that stops you and tells you that, it's best for you to just leave. Don't keep looking, and don't go to the next dumpster in that area. Just go somewhere else. The last thing you want to do is have a cop stop and just tell you that it's private property. Don't come back. Because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that was just whoever that was. I don't care. She wasn't the police, and she doesn't own the business. She was probably out there just smoking a cigarette and saw us, you know, looking. And so I'm not worried about her. I'll still go again, but I probably will not go during the daytime. I'll wait till everybody leaves. And that's the best time to go, as far as I'm concerned, is at nighttime. These dumpsters are not posted no trespassing, and if you do get to one that says no trespassing or even has a sign up, if it does have a sign on the business, on the wall of the business, that means there's probably a camera somewhere, and you better probably look. And we have dumpster dive in front of a camera before, and without a trespassing sign on the dumpster itself. Never really gotten any trouble for that at all. However, there are places that you should not go during the daytime, maybe not even at nighttime if they have a security officer out there, because we've been stopped by a security officer and asked us not to be looking in the dumpsters. And when I let them know that it was not illegal in my area, I'm talking about Tennessee at this moment here, in this predicament here, I told them that it was not illegal, it was not against the law for me to be looking in the dumpster. And I also pretty much told, I forget what the what is it, section, I forget what the rule is or the law is on the search, on the searching your vehicle. I can't call it out to you right now, but I use that. And he said, yeah, you're right. He says, but he says, if you're going to do it, you need to do it very late at night because it's by the interstate, and this is a really nice establishment, and they don't want dumpster divers, you know, people seeing dumpster divers out there. So, you know, we kind of tossed that around. We kind of tossed that around and thought, well, yeah. We kind of thought, well, we'll wait till about 12 o'clock at night, you know, and come back. But, you know, the guy was really nice, and I respected him because that's his job. And I used to be a security guard myself, and I wouldn't want, you know, anybody to continue to do something I told him not to do. Of course, he did tell me, you know, that if the owners could be called and they could write me a citation or whatever for doing, you know, for getting in the dumpster. So we're like, okay, we're going to leave now. So we left, but, you know, right down the street is another place to look. So just, you know, if you have a problem like that, there's always colleges that you can go to when the kids get out. And maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because that might be another one of your questions. But but as far as legalities, you can get on the internet and you can search just type in
Like,
um, just type in where you live and just type in, is it against the law? I've even read somewhere some attorneys even would answer that question, and they wouldn't tell you no, it's not illegal, but they're not going to tell you it's not illegal. Neither way, they just wouldn't give you advice either way. And as far as I'm concerned, if they don't give you advice either way, it's probably okay. But you will have your city ordinance as well as county ordinance. So just make sure when you check those that there's nothing on it that says you can't.
Okay.
Other than that,
I can ask you another question. I have does your family help you with the couponing and dumpster diving, or just part of it?
well, I don't get in the dumpster. Obviously, if you can look, I'm kind of overweight, and I definitely am not going to get stuck in a dumpster. So I actually am my husband jumps in the dumpster if we have to. It would be better for you to be wearing your gloves, wearing some kind of boots or something if you're going to get in. Um, have somebody with you because, well, the very first time we ever dumpster dived, we found a jewelry armoire, and it was black. It had full mirrors on the front. Nothing broke except for maybe the hinge on the top. It was decked out in crushed velvet, and nothing was wrong with it, but like the pedestal, the bottom to it, and we kind of left that. But anyway, the first time we went, my husband, I watched him get out and go to the dumpster, and he jumped in, and I got real tickled over that. And so finally, he looked outside the dumpster and said, come here, you got to help me." So I ran up to him, and I could hardly help him because I was laughing so hard. But anyway, the jewelry armoire was in there. It was very heavy. So at times you're going to find things that are going to be heavy that one person can't lift out of there. That jewelry armoire, by the way, ended up being $400. So this past trip that we went on, or while we were there, that's not why we went, but while we were there in South Carolina, we found this big, it's a like a paper cutter, but it is a $500 paper cutter. We actually looked it up, and it's a wide format paper cutter is what it would be. And so I don't know what we're going to do with it yet. I'm sure we can find something to do with it, but we anyway, he helps me. My husband gets in the dumpster, and I kind of take the stuff to the truck. And my arms are not quite so long, so we have to make sure the space is cleared out on that one side, so I can just kind of drop stuff in. And a lot of these dumpsters you'll go to, you might find like salad dressings. There might be 12 to 20 bottles of salad dressing or dish soap or Pine Sol or, just uh, different products like that, and it takes a while to gather them up. So if you're going to do it, carry your box inside the dumpster and fill it up and hand it to the person that's with you and let them take it to the truck. You don't want to spend a whole lot of time in that dumpster because somebody is going to come eventually. But I would suggest also that you go after the place is closed, probably at least an hour. I mean, sometimes we don't get home to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because we'll travel sometimes an hour away to dumpster dive. Yeah, we're kind of addicted with that, but so yeah. But you find some nice stuff. As far as the couponing is concerned, um, I get a little bit of help cutting the coupons. I have a paper cutter, so I usually buy about 10 papers a week, and we'll take each page from the insert, we'll match them up, staple them down, and then take the paper cutter and we'll cut them. Then somebody has to take them and file them in their respective book or index file or whatever you use. I happen to be using small $1 photo album books. So that's time consuming, but boy do we save the money using the coupons. And I have a video somewhere on one of my channels that shows how to do that. So yes, he does help me a little bit. I wish I had about 5 more of me because I could get a whole lot done, because those are some of the nasties of the business, that other people don't want to do for you, and it just takes a lot of time. But there again, it's very much worth that.
that kind of comes into Jenny. Benny was asking about what kind of tools and things do you bring along with you? Flashlights, gloves, any other tools, things like that.
Speaking of Harbor Freight here, Harbor Freight has the coupons for 20% off. They also have free items like flashlights. You also will get the headlights for your head that you can wear while you're dumpster diving. They also have the tarps. I use my coupons. Those are free items there that I just mentioned. You can go in there, take your spouse with you, take your kids with you. They can get a free one every time you walk in the door without making a purchase. Hopefully some of y'all have those coupons. If you don't, you can let me know, and I'll be glad to send you some coupons because I've got more than I'll ever use. And Harbor Freight also has those picker tools that you can, well, they're called grabber tools maybe. Most of y'all know what I'm talking about. You just kind of reach down and you kind of pinch the item with the tool and then,
Kind of
retrieve it
like a
from
crab
the
claw
can.
extension thing. Yeah.
Yes. And I believe that we paid like $4 for that at Harbor Freight, but let me tell you, we had to take it back and get another one, and then that one broke. And right now, I don't own one. So here's the deal. I think you can go over to Kmart, and I think Kmart might sell those for like $20. And if you're going to do this, and you don't want to get in the can, you just as well spend the $20 and get you one. If you don't want to spend the $20, you can get an old broom handle, and you can put a nail through the end of the broom handle, and you can use that for a retrieving tool. And what I do with that is, if I'm going to pull a bag from the trash can, what I'll do is I will stick it in there and I will um, wind the broomstick around and around and around that bag until it's snug, and then I'll pull it up like I got a fish on the end of my rod and reel.
That's a good
So
idea.
that's one way, and you can pull the bag out, then you can see whether it's trash or not. My husband a lot of times
Speaking
will tell
of,
me that.
you can go to Sanja's channel and see her 30+ pound catfish that she hauled in. That was a heck of
Yeah,
a fish. Anyway,
I
off
think
topic.
that
Sorry,
I
go
think
ahead.
that was I think that was on my Muditis Pottery channel though, because I'm also a
Oh, you're
potter.
right. You're right. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so if
Sorry.
you want to
Didn't
go
mean
over
to.
there and look, that's
Okay.
Muditis Pottery. Yeah.
Cool.
One of
So
my questions I had for you is this something you see yourself doing for the rest of your life, or do you have other goals that you want to that may take you away from dumpster diving and couponing?
well, I am a person that will tell you that variety is the spice of life, and I mean that thoroughly. Will I be doing this tomorrow? I will probably never give this up. Actually, there's a guy on YouTube that invited me over to his channel, and I can't call his. Oh, okay, wait a minute. It's the Craigslist Hunter, and a lot of y'all out there have seen him. But he invited me over to his channel, and he does hoarder house cleanups, stuff like that. And you have to be licensed and bonded to do this. So I think my next adventure is probably to get licensed and bonded. And I will probably, now I'm not going to do this by myself, trust me. I'm going to have a crew of workers. My husband is disabled from cancer, by the way, and we've been through a lot of hard knocks. In case some of y'all have already heard some of the stories, I'm not going to get into all that. But the reason why I got involved in dumpster diving is due to my house back in South Carolina. I just came from there where Wells Fargo had a crew of people go out and put locks on my doors, and I'm in a lawsuit right now with them as it is. Anyway, it was done illegally, so I had to make an emergency trip back to South Carolina. But I said that to say this: during a course of time in my life when I was pretty depressed or getting to that place, something that was fun, something that would get my mind off of it, and I had no idea I was gonna choose dumpster diving, but I was on YouTube one day looking for a laugh, and that's what I ended up with. And I have had a ball. I've influenced other people to do it, and I think that everybody should do it in your area, because I think that even if the stores find that their items are expired, I have a group of people that I support about 30 minutes away from me that's a pay it forward group, and I give items to that organization, and they are happy to have it. Like I went to one store the other night, and they threw out a bunch of Triscuit crackers, which I don't even eat, but I got them anyway. I mean, a clean bag now. It's a clean white bag. Inside of it was like 12 Hershey's candy bars. Now, I know I don't need those. I don't need those, but anyway, my son says I couldn't eat nothing from the dumpster. Well, I'm going to tell y'all something out there. One of these days, I'm not going to get on this big subject here, but one of these days something may happen in your life where you may get hungry, and there may be but one way to do that is to go to the stores and look and see what they got in there. And I'm not talking about raunchy food or restaurant garbage. We don't even go to the restaurant. We don't even look in the restaurant dumpsters. That's not what I'm talking about. There are stores that will throw out produce that just has just a little tiny little bump area on there, because you and I know that when we go to the store, if there's a little bruise on that produce, we're not going to buy it. Okay? And
Well,
the stores know that. And I think that they're only allowed to keep it like 2 weeks, and then they throw it out. And there's a couple of well-known stores that throw out their produce and stuff. There's one guy, I don't mind giving him a little plug here, Dumpster Diving King. I love watching him. I'm not sure. I think he's from Florida. And I just watched a video of his the other night where he found I don't know how much meat for his freezer. And we're talking steaks, and I'm not going to lie, I can't afford to eat steak all the time. But there was a lot of steak and stuff that he found, and stuff that's still cold, and we all know it's wintertime right now, so it's not really going to spoil. So anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I look forward to trying some different things with that. But getting back to the hoarding situation, if you watch the Craigslist Hunter, you'll see that he owns a store. He does eBay, as far as I know, and so those items that you find when you're cleaning up those hoarding houses, they're going to pay you to do it, and you can take those items and resell them. So that's kind of the idea. I'm going to show y'all something. Hold on a minute. Hold on just a minute.
While she's doing that, Tony, see anything in the comments that you want to read out?
no, they let's see. Lisa was asking Sandra if you noodle, and I answered it for you. I said no, you don't. No noodling. Those guys, the guys that do that noodling, they're some
What is
big
that?
guys. It's the guys that go in under the water and they put their fist into the hole where the catfish is, and the catfish bites down, and they wrestle it out of the water.
That's so wild. I watched that. That's really crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I love to fish though. I love to. That catfish is huge, and I thought I had an alligator on the end of the pole that time. I want to show y'all
Reminded
this.
me of a
I
turtle
cannot
as
think.
well.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
exactly.
They just like
But it
sat
was a
there.
very old. It was very old, is what it was. That catfish was very old. But I wanted to show y'all something. These were thrown away, and they're dated for May the 5th, 2016. Now, the only reason I can think of, other than there's been a recall on it, and of course, anytime you find something in the dumpster, you should make sure that there's not a recall. We never buy dog food in my house at all, because there's a pet supply place that throws it out. They actually empty the bags out, so we have to scoop it back up. And but I always check to make sure that there's not a recall on the dog food and stuff, and as well as any other product. But this is a light Italian dressing right here, and I think we found like 12 bottles, and we still left some in there. And we didn't have time to go back in the dumpster that night to get everything from this other particular dumpster we had looked in, so we just took a couple of items out of it, and that was like the night before last. And then last night we went back. As soon as we left my son's house, it started to rain, and we got pretty aggravated about that. But when we got to that dumpster, somebody had already came and cleaned that dumpster out. There was piles of medicine in that dumpster, and it wasn't a drugstore either, by the way. But I want to show y'all something else that I asked my husband why he didn't tell me about finding these two items until we got home a few minutes ago. And he said, I told you that. But I don't believe. I don't know if I believe that. But anyway, look at this. I mean, this is cute as it can be. It's still got the tags on it. By the way, this is a Bobby Brooks. And he told me it come from the dollar store, but I don't believe that Bobby Brooks. I don't believe they sell Bobby Brooks bras at the dollar store. Anyway, we
He
got a
probably wants you
red
to try them
one.
on.
Bull, it wouldn't. I couldn't. I don't even.
Oh, we
I
don't
know
need to go
that woman
there. I
don't
was
even
just
comment
saying.
about. I better not go there.
Yeah, yeah,
Better get down.
yeah. That's for a Toadcast. I wish
Yeah.
we could. I should have just shut up. Now
I
I'm
was just gonna
embarrassed.
say this is for a little girl. It's very padded. So
Oh, okay.
anyway, I was just making the joke. My gosh, So anyway, we have so much, and I'm going to tell y'all something. I have better stuff now than I've ever had in my life, and maybe I didn't have so much. Maybe that's what it is. But I watch another lady on YouTube also, and she sells on eBay, and she dumpster dives all the time, and she showed her house, how she had decorated her house with nothing but dumpster dive finds. And another thing I'm going to tell you, I mentioned this a few minutes ago. The schools are going to let out here soon, and I was new to dumpster diving the past season when school had first started, and or I say when they first let out. And so they were throwing away couches and stuff like that, and we kept picking up couches, and we were doing Craigslist. Um, what do you call what you call the thing where you pick up the stuff on the side of the road?
Curb,
Um, curb
curbside.
alerts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
we were
really?
doing curb alerts also, and I was giving stuff away that I was picking up. But we found a couch. We had needed a couch, and we found a couch from one of the school kids who were throwing their stuff out. Now, see, all these bunch of rich kids, they go to school. Their parents give them all this money to buy all these fancy things for their apartments and stuff. And then when it comes time that school's out, they can't take it with them because they don't have a means to take it with them. So they throw it in these big, huge construction dumpsters. And so that is the time for you to go and look in the dumpster and see what you can find, because we found a lot of stuff. I mean, I've even found really nice bathroom rugs sets that you knew that probably come from Bed Bath and Beyond and didn't even look like it was used. Stuff with tags still on it. We've found chairs, we've found TVs, you name it, and we've found it. So what you can do, as the Craigslist hunter has mentioned, is go and get that kind of stuff, and maybe if you want to sell on Craigslist, maybe rent you a little storage area somewhere nearby, and this is what we plan to do, is rent a storage area nearby that area where the apartments are, and when we pick it up, we'll just start storing it, and we'll just sell the item out of the storage area. So it's a good way to pick up some extra money, and all you're going to be doing is just working, as far as just picking it up.
Yeah, that's a good
So
idea.
so it's just an idea for some extra money if anybody's looking to do that.
Okay, well, I'm going to switch it up a little bit and ask you a couponing question.
Okay.
When you do your couponing, you do it with the old extreme couponing shows used to be, and if you do, how do you store your stuff? Since I know you do all the dumpster diving, I know it's kind of hard to store in one area of a small house.
Well, before we left for South Carolina, our garage was full, and the basement was starting to get to the point where, well, I can't really work in a place where there's too much stuff. It just frustrates me, and especially running my eBay business. And so we were building some shelves downstairs, and we already had shelving built as it is, but it's kind of it's brick down there. It's not really wood or really a way to attach anything without the landlord getting upset with us. So we were trying to build some freestanding shelves down there. We have our own food pantry downstairs in the basement. I also have my pottery and my eBay business down there. We try to give away a lot of this stuff so that we don't have excess amounts of stuff. Like I said, I give a lot of that to the Pay It Forward group. But we did go ahead and we rented a storage building not far from the house here. So we're starting to put things into storage that we're not personally using right now that's our personal stuff. I had all plans to leave this house and get a bigger house. And I like what Chad said about either you can put the money into a bigger storage area, get you a big storage area, or you could get a bigger house. I like that. I mean, it's very true. You can spend your money either way. And I'm like Kim. I think I would have rather had a bigger house. But as it stands right now, with things the way that they are in South Carolina, I'm still a resident of South Carolina, and we're not sure if we can change our residency to Tennessee. So I'm not. I think we're just going to stay put and see what happens with this lawsuit this year, and then we'll make our decision. But the room that the place we have now, it's starting to run out of space. I try to keep about 5 or 6 bottles of this and that. I've got a large amount of mustard on my shelf right now. I know all y'all gonna laugh, but when the garden season comes in and we get squash, I fry squash and put mustard on it. So we always keep a large amount of that.
That's
Toiletries,
right. I
I'm
gotta
just
try that.
running out of toilet paper. Just run out. I told you use my coupons for toilet paper. And we usually use Angel Soft, and I usually get a 40 cent from the newspaper. It will double to, well, let me just tell you this. They usually run a 10 for 10 sale. That means it's you buy 10 at 10 for 10, you get 90-cent coupon. My Kroger's here doubles, so that will make it 90 cents towards the one package there, and I'll only pay 10 cents for a 4-pack of toilet paper. Mind you, it is a smaller rolls, but there's all kinds of ways to save, and um, that is one product right there that when I get going, I usually have a massive amount that I try to stock up at one time because that's something that you always need. So yes, my rooms are filling up pretty quick. The next thing is either to get a bigger storage area, for eBay, or to get a building here on the side of the house. My husband does not want to get a bigger storage area someplace awful, too far away because we'll be driving and leaving the house every day. Anyway, that's kind of up in the air, but yes, it does take a lot of room when should really only take those things that you can really use or give away. That pretty much sums that up.
Okay, and I see Sean shared a couple of questions. I'm going to combine them from Jenny Benny and the Dino Dump. Do you keep your dumpster finds or sell them? And do you clean your dumpster finds before reselling?
All the time, yes, we do. Okay. I think one of my videos I told y'all that we found a serving station that they had the 4-quart pots that a caterer would use. We found 3 of those pots along with the heating unit, and I sold those for $159. Um, I do sell the finds. I got a brand new set of speakers here sitting on this table here. I actually had them listed until my mom said she wanted them, and we're going to give them to her for $20. But um, I sell this stuff all the time. Why? Because this stuff is almost brand spanking new. And some of the stuff looks better than if you'd went to Goodwill to get it. Um, we sell a
You
lot of
clean them though, right?
parts. Oh yes, definitely clean them unless they're brand new. Now this, like the speakers are plastic. They have plastic covers to them, and they've never been out of the package. Yes, I definitely clean them up. When I find a lot of the makeup items, I know this question's been asked a lot on the dumpster dive videos. Yes, I will reuse makeup. No, I will not resell that. There are people who do resell that, but I don't plan to ever do that. I have enough family I can give that to, and just like if you ladies are out there and you know about like the clinics that they do at Belk's, when you go in there and you get your makeup done, they use a tube of lipstick that somebody else has used, and they use an eyeliner that someone else has used, and you probably don't even pay any attention to that because that's a professional person supposedly putting makeup on your face. However, they do clean it. And the way you can clean it, if you find it, is to get you some alcohol and some cotton balls and put a little bit on a cotton swab, and you will swab the end of your makeup pencil. The same way with a powder compact. If you'll take the alcohol on the cotton ball and you swab a little bit of it, you'll notice that alcohol will dry very quick, but it sanitizes it. Products. A lot of these products you're going to find in a dumpster, though, have never been used, especially eyeshadow. And those eyeshadows were thrown in there because they were broken. And the best thing you can do with that is just kind of mash those up and make a powder out of them, and just use a powder. Just use one of those applicator brushes for applying eyeshadow. I know I'm kind of getting in depth right there, but yes, we do clean every single thing that we find. And another thing, if I like this, like these bottles here of dressing, they will go for a soap bath. I'm the cleanup person, by the way. Everything that we find in the dumpster comes to the well, a lot of it stays outside till I clean it, but the products here, I'll usually just run a a sink full of soapy water, and I will wash it with a wash rag until it's clean. So no, I'm not going to eat off of anything, even if it was in a clean bag, without washing it first. So anyway, that's the answer to that. So
Anything in the comments, Sean, that you want to read off?
No, not really. Yeah, tell us, how did all those electronics you got last month go? Did you sell a lot of that, or? Because I got a scanner from her, by the way. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Tell you the truth, Sean, about the time that I did the video, and I guess we went to dumpster dive a couple more times because I found a massive amount of that candy also. You remember that one. And then I found another another load of stuff. One had Thomas the Train. That actually works. We need a remote control for it, though. So we're going to have to hunt that. But I didn't get it listed, is the short answer to that. I haven't listed it yet, and I need to make up my mind
After
which one of those.
I remember that was pretty close when all that stuff started happening with your son and daughter and the stuff on the house. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely why it's not listed.
Yeah, and my daughter was here while we were gone, her and her fiance, while we were out of the house.
Oh,
and
congratulations
they
again on the grandbaby, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really hated to leave him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grandmama for the first time, but we're having a really fun time about what the child's going to call me, because I don't want to be called no grandmama or no granny or a nana, or anyway, he'll figure out what to call me. Nah, he can just call me Sanja. It'll be fine. That's so vain, I know, but we had a wonderful time spending time with them, and I hated to leave them, but it was time to go. I just want my life back. I just want a life. And right now, going to South Carolina every month, I just don't. That's not a life. So anyway, along the way, if I've got to do these things I don't want to do, I'm just gonna have fun.
Well, one of my other questions, well, that's what I'm going to have. Well, not necessarily that's what I'm going to have, but that's what I had written down for you about coupons.
Comes in and
are there certain coupons that you don't use that you don't automatically use, that you may sell or give away to other people that you know that need them?
There are some probably products that I don't use. We don't eat pork in my family, so I will take like the pork coupons, like for the pork sausage, or maybe there's those frozen sandwiches with the Jimmy Dean sausage patties or something in it, or something like that, and or the bacon, and I'll give it to my dad, or somebody else local that uses. I don't sell coupons at this time. I do service just putting the
Uh-oh.
Yep. Freezing up.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't make out. I started to sound like there was some music going off.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
now she lost her. Wait. Nope, still.
hopefully she can come back before the show's completely over. We got about 13 minutes, so.
Yeah. I was gonna see, have you ask her that question about when she buys, a lot of something and then resells it and stuff like that. Of course, I know about the last, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks. She's probably hasn't been able to do much, but
Let's see. Larry says hello, and I didn't quite see the comment that Ed is responding to, but 22 Kirik 2.0 still has 2 left.
cool, pretty awesome.
Jeff Jones says it sounds like she got sucked into a black hole.
Needs new batteries. That's funny. Yeah. I guess you have 11 dislikes now.
Huh?
So I
What?
guess you have 11 dislikes on here now.
Oh boy, I must be doing something right, or something. I don't know. It's just the most
Yep.
dislikes I've had all the whole time.
Somebody has a lot of time on their hands. Katie Patton was in the chat a little bit ago.
Oh well.
That's why I knew there
If
was
you're
some
still here, hi,
dislikes.
Katie, if you're still here. Anybody else you want to shout out?
Yeah, Blue Skies, Bits and Bobbles. It sounded like Rosie from the Jetsons. Let's see. Jeff Jones puts sealed stuff through the dishwasher. It's a good possibility.
Let's see.
Yeah, pretty much all the stuff we've already gone through.
Yes.
Anyone here? Food, not bombs. The dumpster food to feed the homeless. I've heard about something like that. Is that who does it? I've heard there was a group out there that would throw food away so the homeless people would find it. Huh. But I never knew. I just heard that happened. I never heard who, what, why, where, when. Well, obviously I know why, but yeah. Huh.
And Jeff Jones, just so you know, it may show 7 dislikes there, but if you refresh it, you'll see the new amount. It keeps it from when you either like or dislike the show. If you keep watching the number, it doesn't change.
Yeah, it says 11, but it's all what's the word? It's all
It's all activity.
action on your channel, so they're actually doing you a favor.
That's why I said I ain't that worried about it. So,
Yeah.
We'll stay on for a little bit longer. We'll try to close out the last 10 minutes. If she comes back in time, we'll give her a little extra time if she does.
Cool.
So, I want to give her as much time as she can get. We can give her because she's having problems and everything else.
Definitely.
Good enough information in my eyes. So, why keep not doing it?
So, have we decided if you guys are going to the thrift store tomorrow for sure or not?
Probably not because of the weather that we told you about. Having it's went from 60s and 80s last week to having snowstorm last night into tomorrow morning sometime, and then it's supposed to be the whole week only day it's not supposed to have snow is supposedly Tuesday.
I asked because Roxy's the one who wants to go, and women are pretty powerful when they want something. So
Yeah, but
us
like I
guys
said,
are like, yes, dear.
I have the PayPal card. I have the
That's right. I forgot that part.
cash from my sale. So if she
Yeah.
wants anybody at the bank account, she'd have to replenish it from PayPal or find a way of getting it back in there before we need it for something else anyway.
Yeah. That's true. I forgot that part. Oh well.
I know. I already said if she's going, I'm going. So it don't matter.
Yeah. Uh, um, Joseph Fair says, "Great show, Chris. Thank you." One cheap dad. Welcome, man. Haven't seen you in a while. He said just got home, was out shopping at Curbco. That's awesome. Kmart's policy on cat food is when the new truck comes in, everything on the shelf gets tossed regardless. Wow.
Ooh.
That's
Not here.
nuts.
We have to go to Kmart.
Right?
Well, especially when I live not even, well, for me, about a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
So that's
Heck
where I
yeah.
usually get my supplies for work, aka the printing.
Go and ask them, yeah, when's the new cat come in? California Picker with a K, what's up, man? I hope I shouted you out earlier. I saw you. He says, you've been told Trader Joe's throws away the best food. They get rid of it way before it'll go bad. A lot of my stuff around here has those compactors too, so.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's one of the questions we forgot to ask her when she was here. If she got how many compactors are around her area,
Mm,
but I don't know what's going on. And
yeah. If I remember right, her area is still kind of semi-small, so there might not be, a lot of the bigger places like that have the compactors.
hey,
Tyler, welcome, man.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you're late, so you're gonna have to go back to the beginning and watch the first hour before Sonya shows up.
Yep, you're grounded. You gotta go back.
Let's see. Any other comments or questions from the viewers before we go? We're still at around the 30 viewer mark, which I'm proud of, with everything that's been going on
Pretty
and
good.
consistency for the last couple weeks. And like I said, if you have any topics you want us to show, I do have a plan on doing a shipping show with Sean if we can figure out a way of doing it right or finding the right person to help in regards to researching the shipping prices. So I've seen a lot of comments and questions from newbies about that, and I wanted to cover that to help people out. You
Yep.
know,
What's next week's topic? That was
but Mark, it's a military area. We're going to have Eric from the Tinker Rose Relics / retail, whichever one he wants to use that week. So we actually had him planned for that month, that weekend before my computer crashed. So I'm glad I was able to get it back back in order and everything in time for that show.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, like I said, it's a potential return guest about doing yard sales. Rebecca Fox. If you didn't catch the first episode when she was there, we had her on, and it was during football season, and we actually did a 2-part show out of it because of issues that we had that week as well. And I had to get a hold of a couple people for other repeats. I'm waiting on back from Spokane Pickers for a second return.
Mm-hmm.
I have other people I've
That'll be
asked in the
great.
past that I need to hear back from or keep in touch with. I still want to bring Chad on if he's still around. If somebody can let him know, I keep telling him this. He needs to come back. Him and Kim have to come back on since they never got to come back on our first episode back from the holidays. They were one of the first ones that we had for the start to our quote unquote season, if you want to call it that, from July to July. So, see anything else in the comments, Sean? No, you're typing away over there.
I was talking to Sanja.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's still trying to get on. She's having some problems with their internet going down. Oh, let's see. No, not really. Pretty much answered all the questions. Shipping is very important. Dino Dump says shipping is very important, especially for newbies. Been shipping art and antiques for a living outside of eBay, and it's helped me a lot in the eBay business. I get compliments all the time. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember when I first started, there was a couple that I ended up paying to send my item to them because I messed up on shipping. Yeah, usually the first time
That's
is
familiar.
yeah.
I always going into that when we do that show. Maybe that'll be the 15th or something like that if we can't come up with a guest or a guest can help us. But anybody knows somebody that is good at shipping tools or ideas, let us know. Maybe we'll get them on. I want your input on who to get and what you guys have on here so we can make the show better.
Yeah.
I remember how
Other people, definitely.
Yeah, we used to have a lot of viewers, and I would like to get it back up. I know I keep saying it every week, but please get the word out. If you haven't seen the show, or with all these new people coming into the groups.
Yep. Definitely.
Let's see.
Hey, let's not think about the snow.
Yeah,
Spring is on the way, for sure.
The Northeast getting snow. I'm getting snow. The West Coast, they hardly ever get snow, or at least in certain areas.
Yeah, I say the north and yeah, north of me and up gets a lot of snow.
Let's see.
California Picker, very first thing I sold, I didn't lose money, but made less than $1 because of the shipping. It's a fast lesson. The USPS delays hurt your eBay status when customers are too lazy to scan, or carriers. They can, if they don't scan it, when it gets, wait, what is it? They have to scan it within 24 hours so it shows received in order to keep your top rated status. So,
Or within your handling time. Because some people might have it 3 or 4 days, it may not necessarily have to be out the next day, but best to have it out the next day, if not the same day.
Yeah, since they took mine away, I still get it out fast because the customer, deserves for me to, get my stuff out. But if, something happens and like I have some plates, those wooden plates, I didn't get them out on Friday or Saturday. So yeah, they're definitely going out Monday. But, I wrote a letter of an apology, put a handwritten apology in there, and I said, I'm sorry I didn't send it out on Saturday like I was supposed to.
Well, you know what? You're not in trouble with Saturday, but like it's any sale on Friday counts. Only really
it's sold late Thursday night, so by late Friday night it would have been late according to my TRS. But I don't even care about TRS anymore. So.
Well, like I saw Dusty, Alabama Dusty said in the Reseller Society on a post, don't be afraid to get your out the next day, even if it's sold on Friday. Print this shipping on Friday or that Saturday morning, depending on what time of the sale is. So that way, you never know, you might get more sales because they're seeing your action going out the next day, or technically not the same day, next day, but to the eBay, it sees it that way.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's still, I still take care of the customer, so, as best I can. But, that's where I was, Dino Dump at it. That's where I was getting lost. It has to be tracked, or you need to upload valid tracking within 24 hours, and it has to be scanned somewhere between acceptance and delivery also. So, yeah, that's where I was trying to remember.
Hey, Eric, you're a little late by 2 hours. You better not be late this week, next week. Well, I don't know, Sean. Is she still having issues, or what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Probably not coming back. Oh
Well,
wait.
I'm going to stay a little longer, extra longer, because we did start a little late, trying to give her some time to be on time.
Yeah,
If you're will,
she's not coming back.
well, I'm saying I'm willing to stay a little longer if you are, just for some general questions.
Well, if they have them, yeah.
Well, I'm saying so we're getting a lot of people that are just coming back from watching the Oscars all of a sudden. So
Just what's the I was gonna say DVR it. I was gonna TiVo it. But Jenny Benny says, "Great show, guys. Nice job filling in while we patiently waited for CSA. Looking forward to next. Thanks, thank you, Jenny. Definitely awesome to hear that."
thanks, Jenny. And as yeah, let's start to pick on Eric now. At least he's here to defend himself.
Fashionably late. Holy yeah. Yeah. We don't have no fashion. Come on. Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter. That is so funny. Yep.
Okay,
That's
let's see.
awesome.
I just saw something from what's the word? Ed said he shipped stuff on the 17th that has been delayed, and the customer was worried he don't realize Monday was a holiday.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, hopefully eBay realizes, and you're not. If they get a ding for it, it's probably going to help you get it removed.
Yeah, they seem to know. Because sometimes I'll go and print out something on a Saturday, and just so it's ready, and then it says ship on Tuesday on the thing, so or going out on Tuesday.
Tyler, yes, I do have. It is a weekly show. There are a few weeks that we may not have shows, like we didn't have one on the Super Bowl Sunday, but we try to have weekly shows, and if we have the right guests, we try to stay on as long. We've had 3-hour shows before, so that's part of why I asked Sean, because he is my co-host, if he's willing to stay a little bit longer tonight to make up for the lateness of us starting. Not that we started too late compared to some people that have shows. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. We might also just do some Monday nights is the profit talks. Tuesday night, can't even think now. Wednesday,
Sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday, usually the green room, one of those 2 days. And
sometimes
then
I've seen
Wednesday's the
Thursday.
meet and greet.
Yeah, I've seen the green room on Thursdays too, so it depends on their schedule altogether.
Yeah. Generally Tuesday, Wednesday though.
And Wednesday's the meet and greet, and Thursday's is Tinker Rose Panic Home.
Collector's Catacomb.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd get his name in there. Give him a little plug. Even though he's late.
Tinker Rose Relic. I just subscribe to him so you can find that. Collector's Catacomb is really cool because it's all the antiques and stuff like that. They have really cool stuff on there.
And they don't really talk about pricing. They talk about just collecting it. So,
Yeah.
that's why I'm asking it. That's why I asked Eric to come on for the show next week, so he can talk a little bit about the pricing area.
You just plugged his show. And of
And
course, my Toadcast is on.
And thanks to Sean doing what he does for me, I told him after last week, even though I wasn't on, that starting next week, I may not talk on his topics or the show, but I may be sitting in the back doing what he does for me with the comments. So, you'll be seeing me weekly on the Toadcast now, too. And nothing on Saturday, so not that we really want to have a show on Saturdays. But you never know, you might get a surprise Toad research or something like that.
I just did a research one Saturday.
That's why I said it. And of course, you got Pickett's Church on Sunday. And that's it that I know of. Not counting myself. Yep. I can't give my own stuff a plug again. There ain't enough time to say.
Yeah.
Isn't Wesley show on Saturday?
Dusty has a point.
Wesley GW does her show on Friday and Saturday bi-weekly, so we have to give her a shout out for last week.
Yeah. 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 That's Dusty Alabama Pickers saying it makes sense, and it's moving. Hold on.
I know.
Makes sense if eBay Cassini sees a lot of pending shipments sitting there unshipped. Why would eBay direct more sales your direction when it views you as not being able to ship the sales you have? Which is true, but I mean that also takes care of why well, I don't, on the weekends it's not going to matter because they don't even consider after Friday or afternoon on Friday. So I don't know what I was going to say. Never mind. I was
I'm
saying you
looking at
just take care of the customer anyway. So I'll ship on Saturday. I don't care.
Yeah, depending on when it gets to on Friday or what the weather is. If I really want to walk up to the post office.
Well,
If
yeah.
if
I
it's
mean,
priority mail, then I'll set it up for a priority mail for Saturday morning.
and you can always some places you can, most places you can set it up. Just call what is it what do they do? Set up pick up a time or whatever.
Yeah, that's the
Which I
priority
know
mail.
you guys can't do because of the park, but like I could do that if I had to. They can come
Oh,
pick it up for me.
we set up the priority mail pickup.
Okay, oh, cool.
We just can't technically. They don't know that we're running a quote unquote business out of the house, but
Gotcha. Okay.
for all they know, we're just mailing things to our friends.
Yeah,
Anything else in the
spammer.
comments before we shut down for the night? And
That's
thank
true.
everybody.
California Pickers post office is closed on Saturday. California Pickers post office is probably open from 10 to 11 in the morning. And that's about it. He has a little post office. He's way up there in north. Yeah, I don't see much else.
Yeah, I've seen something from Jeff Jones. I'm not quite getting the joke, but about me being a ventriloquist.
Probably because it's lagging a little bit or something.
Okay,
Anyway,
Sean, you want
Debbie.
to say anything? We already did basically our plugs for the weekly show.
That's true. Yep.
Anything you want to say?
Subscribe to everybody. Send out happy vibes. Rock and roll. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have a haul video coming out as soon as it freaking uploads. It's been uploading this whole time. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, I want to thank everybody for being here consistently for the whole night. Thanks for sitting through our little issues with CSA, and thanks CSA for being here in case she catches this later on and rewatches to see how she did, like some of us like to do. As I said, just please subscribe, hit the like button. I don't care how many dislikes or likes I get, just don't intentionally give me
engagement.
Well, don't intentionally give me dislikes just to be a pain in the butt, though.
Yeah.
We have some people that like to do that. But anything else? Well, like I said, next week Eric will be on. I have other plans going on for future shows. Let me know on my Facebook page, or you can even message me or Sean. He gets back to me on certain. If you're friends with Sean already and you don't have me as a friend, go give me a message saying so and so suggested this or wants to be on the show, and we'll work it out. So, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.
Bye.